He stuff doing all that fiddling.
That's habit. I'm just used to
clicking,
always on
wearing all the
something.
little things, click,
That's
because it picks up
habit.
everything. On the last video, it was
Like silence is like insanity. Well, hello.
Hey,
Welcome to a new edition of Truth Be Told.
I am Terrell Brown.
I am Mike G. Riggins.
And we back again.
Yeah, second show. How you feel?
Hey, I feel amazing. I feel great. What about you?
Okay. I'll be better.
What are you sipping on?
Apple juice. Spiked apple juice.
Apple juice.
Yeah.
Yum.
What's in your cup?
In my cup is
Bubbles.
some, bubbly adult beverage.
Oh. Does it come in a 6 or 12 pack?
Comes in a bottle. Neither. So how about these lovely glasses we got on?
I know. I'm about to take mine off now.
Right,
I have shown them, 2021. That's basically what the show is about. And, as you can see, we have our favorite color.
A purple and
Red.
Yes. But we can't take these glasses off because they're a little...
They're irritating. Yeah.
Right. All right.
So let's get the show rolling. We ain't going to keep them too long this week.
All right.
So this show is basically for the end of 2020 into 2021.
Yes, because we're over 2020.
Literally.
We are ready for the new year.
Literally.
Yes. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
New Year resolution. I never really set resolutions. I just always have like what I want to do and I just do it. It's never like, oh, it's a New Year resolution type thing. But I definitely want to do like a season 2 of my show, all about Mike. I keep being asked to do it, so I will possibly. We'll see.
That'd be good.
Eat healthier.
Oh, yeah.
Eat healthier. Like it's a secret of mine. I haven't told you either, but I've been thinking about like trying vegan because everything that vegans eat, I eat. I just eat it with meat. Take out the meat and I still eat it. Like, it's a plant-based stuff. I eat all the plants. Well, certain ones, but
I hear you.
So,
but how are you gonna replace seafood? You love fish.
I
You
do.
love salmon and shrimp and crab.
I do, but once you get your body in a certain routine of things, you won't even miss it. So I just have to like, I've been there, done that. So it's like, okay, let me try something new and see if I get different results. I'll be 37 in February. Like I need to get it together. Like I'm just.
Well, you let me know how that goes because
you're gonna be helping me because this cookbook I want to buy. I'm not gonna give anyone name out because I'm not promoting that because they're not paying me for sponsorship. But it's this cookbook I want to buy and it's all vegan stuff and the food looks really good. So we'll see. You'll be eating it.
Oh well, you'll have to trick me because
I'm not gonna trick you. 2021, we doing no tricking. We're gonna tell them like it is. Either you want it or you don't.
Maybe pescatarian is a good way to start for me because that is just eating seafood. So you cut out like beef, pork, chicken, and you just do, veggies. And from what I've heard, I would have to look it up, but that seems right up my alley.
Yeah.
I can eat crab legs and shrimp and salmon every day.
Well,
definitely.
Be careful, blood pressure.
Yeah. My blood pressure's been good though, so. Yeah.
Right, because that's not your only diet. So much that starts to take effect. You
right.
Gotta be careful.
But more vegetables, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I do. That's one of the things I want to do that I haven't tried and conquered. So I want to try. I am. It may be expensive, but if I can spend all this money on unhealthy foods, I can spend it on food.
Yeah, and ordering food out is expensive. We're paying delivery fees and all these extra fees on top of the delivery fees. So by the time we get the food, I mean, we can invest that money in eating healthier.
Says the guy who likes to eat out all
I love
the
eating
time.
out. That doesn't mean that we have to eat bad. We don't have to
That's
eat
true.
bad food.
That's true. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to change personally. That's a personal goal of mine to do. So we'll see.
Well, that's good. That's good.
We'll see.
I don't think that I really set New Year's resolutions
Yeah.
either. Like, I just say, okay, this is what I'm going to accomplish in the next year. So I think for me, for 2021, I want to be able to, like, do these different projects that I have had in my mind. So
I agree.
a book,
I agree.
music, and I think actually those two will take up the first half of the year. Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe something like, I think of my life in quarters. So 4 quarters in a year, every 3 months. So every 3 months, like, what do you want to accomplish? So accomplish the book in the first 3 months, accomplish music by the second quarter, which is 6 months in, and then we'll work on the next, or the last 2 for the year.
So I don't know if you remember. You're going to get it done though, because you know I'm going to stay on you. But I don't know if you remember. I always said I wanted to do when we first met. What did I say? I like books, reality TV, and radio.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for a year. I've accomplished all 3.
That's good. Good for you. Congratulations. Ding ding. 2 extra points for you.
Thank you.
All right.
So you say you want to do a book,
Mm-hmm.
music, and more like film stuff.
Possibly.
Possibly.
But I'm stopping at the book and music because I feel like that's going to be time consuming. It's new for me. Not the music is not new, but the book is. And then with music, that is time consuming because it's like you got to write the music. And then, I've been working on like finding the right tracks.
Yeah.
And I'll hear something I'm like, no, that's
it doesn't
not what I
move
wanna
you.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I want my music to be different. Of course, I want to tell a story, but I don't want people to listen to it and be like, "Oh, that's the jam." Like, it doesn't have to be something that you play in your car or you play
Why
like to
not?
get ready. I mean, it can be, but I'm thinking more on the lines of like,
Adult contemporary.
you could call it that, but Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, music.
More neo-soul-feel, jazzy.
Like, it's going to tell a story. Whatever I'm singing about is going to tell a story. So it's more of, what is he saying in the song versus...
So basically you're all about lyrical content.
Right, exactly. And then that's what I want to do. Because, of course, the first album was gospel. And, that's fine, whatever. And it might have like a little gospel feel to it, but it's definitely not going to be like, hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel you. Well, you're definitely going to do film, because if I do season 2, you would definitely have to be a part of it. But it's going to be a different.
I gotta see what my lawyer says.
It's going to be a different. It's going to be different than the first one. The first one was what it was supposed to be. Now the second one is like, we got all that out the way. Now let's have some fun. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have a birthday coming up.
You
So
too.
I'm very excited about that.
January 4th, right?
January 4th, I will be 4'1". Ow.
How old do you feel?
Some days I feel 52, and some days I feel 21.
Well, all right.
Yes. But it's funny because last year I was, joking around with people because last year we did the cruise for my birthday. So like over 30 people came to celebrate. Yay, that was fun. And then shortly after, so we had your birthday, and then shortly after we started this whole pandemic.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, ooh, your birthday is going to be celebrated, virtually on Zoom and stuff like that. And so I was thinking back then, we'll be done with this. And by the time my birthday rolls around again, we got it. No. So I guess I get to do a Zoom birthday or something because our original plans may not work.
Yeah.
We were going to do Vegas, and we just have too many rules now. You can't leave the county.
Yeah.
If you do leave, you got to self-isolate for like 10 days to 14 days. It's just a lot.
Yep.
So we may have to revisit that.
Well, I have something special planned.
For me?
for you. Nothing big like last year, no, but it's cute. It's you. And it's just something because your birthday's on a Monday. We have to work.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna be at work for a whole 8 hours. It's gonna be the longest 8 hours. But maybe I'll tell my boss it's my birthday. He might be like,
No, don't come home early.
Don't come earlier.
No, because I need time to do what I need to do. I get up early anyway, get stuff done, but I have to go according to certain things. So
yeah, okay.
So just text me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, January 4th. We'll make sure you do something.
So what else? Like, what are we gonna do differently? That we differently in 2021 that we didn't do in 2020
individually.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just gonna go harder with projects, harder with getting more exposure. Trying to get some more lucrative deals or something. Cause
what they say, go hard or go home.
Yeah.
That the saying.
Yeah. Well, we all been home. Going hard from home.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm just going to go harder with that. Like, now that I got my major accomplishment done, and it was done, not in the time that I wanted it to be done, but we stretched what we had and made it what it was. And I'm proud of that, but I just want to go harder now. Harder.
Yes. And you know what I believe? I feel like there's a lot of people out there and they're gaining success like overnight because of TikTok, and they're doing something silly and people are like, oh, that's funny, and then next thing you know you wake up and they have 80,000 likes.
Yeah.
But I also feel like when you're putting your all into the work that you're doing, then you'll gain that success. It may be a little bit slower, but I feel like it's going to be more long term, because you'll be famous on TikTok tonight and then 2 months later people are like,
that's
who?
What I'm gonna say.
Who's he?
Yeah, I'm not about the instant gratification.
Yeah.
Like, because like you say, you're hot today and you're not tomorrow. And it's like, it's just, I'm not.
Exactly. That's why I know you'd be like pushing me and like, trying to rush me to do things. But I like to take my time and let it marinate.
I don't rush you. And let's talk about this book situation. I'm not rushing you per se, but it's money spent, and I don't want it to where it's like, well, I've had this money for.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I don't want you to. Right, and with you, we need them, because if there's no deadline, it's gonna be on the list to get done, but it's gonna get done whenever. But it's like, no, come on, let's get it done. That way, when the new year come, you got all this stuff, you're ready to roll out, and you don't have to like try to do it all at one time.
All right, we got deadlines. It's gonna be done.
So that's all. It's
January.
I'm just
January what? 15th.
No, we're not gonna even. I told you before. Don't set no dates. Just do the work, and that's my whole thing with you. Just do the work. If you give me what I need, I'll handle that part, and then you do what you need, and we'll come back together, and we have a project.
Bam.
That's all I ask for.
Deal.
That's all. Like I said, my main focus is these projects and just going harder with that. Like, everything else, I'm okay with. Like, I don't have anything really that I need to like change. Like, I mean, of course, you have like personal insight stuff that you want to do, but.
You know what I say I'm always going to do? I think I have been saying this for probably a decade. What do you think?
I don't know.
I always say in the beginning of the year, I'm going to stop cussing.
See, I never heard you say that.
Yeah.
It's because you don't curse much, though.
Oh, when I'm driving.
That's the difference. I mean,
that's a major thing, because everybody has a beep and a beep and a beep every other block.
I think
so I feel like you might, but I'm saying in the car, like that's why my blood pressure be so high, because I just like, beep, get out the way! I can't believe you, beep, beep, beep.
So how are you gonna change that? What you gonna do different?
Well, I tried to listen to gospel music while I was
cursing?
driving.
Why you cursing?
But I was like, woo! I can't be like, how great, beep, beep, you beep, is our God. Sing with beep, beep, beep. Because I was like, that ain't working. I'm about to go to hell real quickly.
Well.
So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I don't know. I'm going to think about something. Maybe I will listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like when you listen to podcasts, you listen to radio, talk shows. Yeah, definitely listen to. I actually did that the other day.
Yeah.
Listened to our first episode when I was driving, and I was focused. Like I was on the road, and I might have cussed somebody out once or twice, but it was less.
Less is more.
Yes.
So
So maybe that's what we can like, suggest to those of y'all out there listening. Listen to a podcast. Listen to us ramble and talk about, whatever. If you are like a road rage driver like me.
well, that's a
But
good start.
I think I might have helped somebody
That's a good
today.
start. Yes.
Yes. And then other than that, I'm just going to continue. A major thing for me is continuing to bring positivity to any situation.
Oh.
Anybody that I'm around, like, it's just about we're being positive. Because if you're not, then you got to get out of my space. You got to get out of my bubble because, like, yeah. And I did a really good job of being super positive for this entire year. There were some challenging times. And I felt like,
that's for anybody.
yeah, I felt like I did a good job. Pat myself on the back. Yeah,
Let me think.
think. Not too long.
No, I'm just thinking about 2020. Like we really didn't have any like major. Not that major. Like we survived.
We did.
We
It was-
survived
yeah.
individually and as a couple.
Yeah, we did. I think that a lot of people are like, waiting. I mean, we were counting down the days and the hours and the seconds so we can be like, whoa, we are done with that year. But that doesn't mean that we're still not going to be going through some of the same
The
things.
baggage.
Right.
Yeah.
We still got the pandemic.
Yeah.
Here in LA,
Yeah.
our stay-at-home orders have been extended. So we're looking at like what, February right now? Before they're even talking about doing something different.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like something different from 2021, I mean, just whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
Like if 2020 didn't force you to do what you wanted to do, then what's your purpose?
Right, exactly.
What is your purpose? Because you had so much time to do something. And I think from what I've seen, everybody just about that I follow on Instagram did something. Whether it was from OnlyFans to creating an online boutique,
Not the
somebody did
OnlyFans.
something. I mean, you had to do what you had to do. OnlyFans, you had to do what you had to do.
Right.
It's like,
And I feel like if you made it through 2020, which a lot of people didn't, I have, family members that didn't make it and friends that didn't make it, and just watching on social media, it was like people were passing away, like
left and right.
left and right, yeah. So I feel like if you did make it through this year and all of the challenges, then why not step out and do something like that you've always wanted to do and not delay? Like you might as well just be like, I'm doing it.
And even if you don't have the support, like still do what you need to do. Like the support will come. Like I'm that's my testimony. And we'll get deeper into that on another show.
Yeah, I have a cousin that passed away in 2008. And so crazy thing about me is like, so, I'll do music or whatever, and then I'm like my worst critic. Is that what they say? Yeah. So I'm like listening, I'm like, oh, I don't like my voice. I don't like the way it sounds. I could have did this differently. And then I'm always thinking, well, what are other people thinking? They're probably thinking the same thing. But my cousin, let me tell you, my cousin was basically killed from police brutality. And the one thing before he passed that I remember him always telling me, and his grandmother told me this, or was his grandmother or was his aunt, or maybe it was the both of them that told me. They were like, Victor loved your music. It like got him through like difficult times. But he actually told me that myself. And so I was like, wow.
And I like people like that. Like
Yeah.
you. Because it's like I don't like people that's so self-absorbed. So if you don't like it, and then other people telling you they like it, that's great. Because if you, oh yeah, my stuff hot, my voice this, my voice that, and it's really not, and but yeah. So that's the humbleness.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what had me like keep going, where I was just like, okay, I may not like this, but guess what? It's helping someone else.
That's the whole purpose, though.
Right. So if you're out there and you're listening, that's some good advice for you. That's a good little nugget of like, there may be one person out there that is like, ooh, your books helped me. Like I was in this troubled time and I read your book and oh my God, I came through. So that's amazing.
It's funny you said that because that's what started me in radio. Because when that first book came out, they was like, "Oh, you should do radio. You should talk about these topics." So that's how that catapulted.
Nice. So more radio you said you want to do?
Well, podcast now because radio we can't go into studios and stuff like that. So podcast is the safest thing to do because you could do it from the comfort of your own home.
It is safe, but I mean I feel like you could still branch out. Like we're in LA, so
Yeah, but
there's so much going on, like with film and TV. Even with the pandemic going on,
Yeah.
like it's still a lot going on.
yeah,
So I definitely feel like you can go out there and see what's available, and
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I like this podcast thing. Like that's something different. That's something cute because maybe we can just twist it. I'm not gonna say what because I want anybody to steal the idea, but maybe we can twist it, and I'll tell you what I mean by that.
ooh,
But, you know.
I like a twat, a plot, and a twist. No,
Twist
not a
it.
twat.
But that probably won't happen until like after COVID.
Yeah.
Never
Well,
knows, but I'll tell you.
and that's the big question, like that we are gonna ask ourselves every single week. Like, how long is this gonna go? You know me, like I'm trying to predict and like time things out. So I'm just like, okay, well, 3 weeks here. If the numbers go down, then okay, that takes us in February. But honestly, like in the back of my mind, I'm like springtime.
But see, okay, the numbers will go down in California, but then they'll spike in Houston.
That is true.
So it's like we're never on the same page because no one wants to shut down all at once at the same time.
Well,
So-
maybe after our new president gets in office, we will have some change. Because I feel like right now, everybody's all over the place. Like,
Yeah.
I went to Houston not too long ago, and Houston is wide open. I
Right.
mean,
And that's what's happening because we're closed, so they want to travel to where it's open. You know, that's
Right.
just how it is.
but it's just odd that, like, we are completely shut down. We can't
Yeah.
go out to eat anywhere. You can't get your hair cut, can't get your nails did, nothing like that. But we have the highest amount of cases and
Yeah.
deaths, and so it's just like, what's going on? Are
And
people
we're-
still coming here? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Possibly. So let's keep it moving because time is like moving fast. If we was at work, this 30 minutes would have went so slow.
right.
But what has 2020 taught you in your biggest lesson?
2020 has taught me that you got to be a survivor. And then what Destiny's Child said, I'm a survivor. I don't know the words. That's the only part I know. But anyway,
That's what you're supposed to know. That little portion.
right, subtitles. But it taught me that like you have to be strong and you have to like fight for whatever you want.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you?
It has taught me to be patient
Ooh.
because I am not at all, but I was forced to be. It taught me to think more,
Mm-hmm. Well, plenty of time to think.
slow down,
Mm-hmm.
and it also, okay, I'll be honest. It also taught me to, and not saying that I have and it's bad. I need to, but it also taught me to. You need to save. That's something that was like you need to save because you never know what the next thing
Ooh,
brings.
I think about like a year ago, and it was like you was on Amazon like, let's buy these shoes. I need to get this shirt. I gotta get this album. And I was like, why you buy? Like you just had package after package after package after package, and I was like, you need to stop.
I mean, I'm still that way now.
It's an addiction.
I'm still, yeah, I'm addicted to online shopping. Like,
Yeah, but you have slowed down and you have saved a lot because moving from the south
well, shoot,
to
I ain't got
the
nothing else
west
to buy.
coast, right? But moving to the south to the west coast, the cost of living is like drastic.
It's just change, but
Yeah.
but I mean, I still.
I mean, we're talking about a can of soda. You can't go get a can in the south. You can go get a can of soda for what? 50 cents, maybe $1 somewhere.
Yeah, $2 for $1.
Yeah, and here they what?
It's $2 a can
$2
plus the 5-cent fee.
Right.
You
Let's
don't want a
not
bag.
Yeah, let's not talk about Seattle. They got a sugar tax.
Yeah.
And so you pay extra for there being sugar in your beverages. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Who do that?
Yeah.
Why y'all do that? Stop that.
And one of the lessons that I've learned was to always check on people. Whether they text you or not,
Mm-hmm.
still text them because you never know what the next person may be going through. You can be like, oh, you ain't text me, so I ain't reach out to you. Everybody's going through something. So I've learned just even if I haven't heard from the person in 3 days, and it's like, well, you could have reached out to me. I don't think like that no more. I'm like, let me just find out because it could maybe these 3 days could have been like hell for them, and they've been in a dark
Mm-hmm.
place. So let me just reach out. And most of the time, that's what it was. Like I'm just down right now. So
That's good because I am like that too. Like I'll scroll through my phone. I'm like, I feel like I haven't talked to someone in a while,
yeah.
and I don't scroll through and like, oh well,
he on social media, but he
Yeah.
can hit me up. But see, I don't think like that because sometimes social media is an outlet, is an entertainment for them. But
right, exactly. So I definitely do that, and I would encourage those of you guys who are listening to definitely reach out to someone you haven't heard from. I got another little quick funny
Yes.
story. So I had a friend when I lived in Florida that I met down there, and we would go hang out. We go, well, he would be like, "Come on, let's go work out, like jog or walk or whatever," and I would be like, "Yeah, okay, I'm coming," but like I'm like a little lazy, so I was like, "Oh, my legs hurt." Older. So anyway, long story short, if he hadn't heard when I moved away from Florida, if he didn't hear from me, like in 2 or 3 weeks went by, he would call me and be like, what's going on? Like, I haven't heard from you. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've been busy, da 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 da. Then vice versa. Since I knew that he would do that, I would do the same thing to him. So wait a minute, it's been 2 weeks, like where you at? Like what's going on? So this one time, I want to say maybe like 3-4 weeks went by and I didn't hear anything, and I was thinking in my mind, oh, he's cool. Like he'll reach out to me in a week or so. Another 2 weeks go by. I think 2 or 3 months had went by, and finally I was like, "This is ridiculous. Let me go on this boy's page and send him a message on Facebook." So I go on his page, and all I see is "Rest in peace, Antoine," and I'm like, "What?" And so I tried to reach out to his mom and his sister, but the crazy thing was we had no mutual friends, not one. And so I posted something on his page, and another one of his friends like hit me up and was like, "Hey, I saw your post, and this is what happened, and you can reach out to me." And so we kind of became like associates, friends, or whatever. But I was just like, "Wow, that's crazy."
And that's another thing. Like we have to go in a short time, but that's another thing. Like give somebody, like exchange numbers with somebody so they can always contact you. Like. Rita B, my sister, she has your contact just in case something like.
Just in case you come up missing.
I won't, but yeah, it's like I can't explain it. It's hard to explain, but
no, yeah, that's good. I mean, it's kind of old fashioned too, but like people out here are not doing those old fashioned things of I'm getting ready to go on a trip with 2 of my friends, so. This is where I'm going. This is who you can reach if something happens.
Yeah.
You always hear about this stuff on the news. Yeah. Campers, lost, hiking, did it because we like to do like random things too, like hiking and adventurous things. So like,
But our time is winding down. We would have to stretch just 30 minutes. That's like maybe 45.
I don't know.
Because 30 minutes is not enough. Like,
we don't even be getting
Like, we don't even be getting good. And then we want them to ride and not curse anybody out. And sometimes people ride out like 45 minutes because they have to stop at lights, stop signs, and everything else. So we may go to 45. I don't know. We'll see what the new year brings.
Why don't you guys tell us what you want?
45.
Do you want 45? Or are you good with the 30?
If you guys interact with us and send questions and stuff like that, we have to go to 45 because we have to answer your questions and then our topics that we have already pre-planned. So.
Yeah. And coming up, we are going to have some special guests that are going to be joining us, and we're going to talk about some crazy things. So I'm excited for that.
Yes. And I just need you guys just to stay safe. I can't talk. Like,
stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. My tongue is heavy.
Yes. Please stay safe. And bring in the new year with your friends, your family, your loved ones.
With your mask on.
Your mask on. Please don't go out in those big, large parties and do all that unnecessary stuff because collectively we all want the pandemic and this virus to disappear.
And, yes. And also, you guys spread our show. Tell your friends. Tell your loved ones.
Yes.
You also can donate to the show. Keep
Like
us going.
and subscribe.
Like, hit us up. Let us know. So we'll see you guys next week.
Next
Yeah,
week.
next week.
Tune in.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.